You know, one of my favorite things about Donald Trump's supporters is that they will tell you that Donald Trump is a fighter. He's a strong guy. He is the alpha of alpha males, right? There is nobody manlier or bigger or better than Donald Trump. And then all Donald Trump does when he goes out and gives a speech or does an interview is he whines like a little baby that just skinned its knees. He is the biggest crybaby on the planet. And this past week, during his interview with Newsmax host Greg Kelly, Donald Trump whined that nobody has been treated as badly as Trump ever. Here is how that setup went. Greg Kelly, who is a disgustingly, sycophant Trump supporter, just the worst bottom-dwelling person imaginable. Kelly asked Donald Trump, quote, "Mr. President, I'm very curious about what it's like for you, your life. No one's gone through what you've gone through. Nobody in human history has really. And I know you have supporters, friends, family. They say it's lonely at the top, and I'm actually curious. Is it ever lonely for you? I mean, no one can fully relate to what you've been through and what you're going through. Are you ever lonely?" So before I get to Trump's response, let's talk about the loaded question itself. Because he says nobody in human history has really gone through what you've gone through. Nobody in human history has ever been more persecuted than Donald Trump. Nobody in history, right? I'm willing to bet that any religious person can cite examples from history that's going to refute that. Literally any non-white person is going to be able to cite plenty of examples throughout history to refute that. Nevertheless, I mean, hell, we're living in a time today where depending on your race, depending on your gender, depending on your gender identity, depending on your sexual identity, you still get persecuted today. There are people this moment being persecuted for the color of their skin or their sexual orientation or their gender identity. But no, nobody's ever had it worse than Trump, according to idiot Greg Kelly. And then there's Trump's response, which is somehow even worse. He said that he was treated the absolute worst, but Abraham Lincoln was a close second, but he was in a thing called the Civil War, so you can understand that. So yeah, Abraham Lincoln was treated badly, but it's because of the Civil War, so you kind of get a pass for that. Of course people are going to treat you badly and shoot you in the head. He continues, "And I look now, even last night I was saying it, I said I don't care Andrew Jackson or anybody else, nobody has. When you think of the fake things, nobody's been treated like Trump in terms of badly. Nobody's been treated like Trump in terms of badly." Now, forget for a moment that that's not even how you would say that sentence. Those words in that order is not proper sentence structure. Nobody's been treated like Trump in terms of badly. And also forget for a moment that this absolute dumbass still sometimes, not even all the time, refers to himself in the third person, right? If he did it all the time, then it's okay, that's what he does. But he goes back and forth. Sometimes I refer to myself as Trump. Sometimes I refer to myself as me. Pick one and stick with it. That's what you have to do. But more importantly, I'm pretty sure that the presidents who had their brains blown out would disagree with you, of course, if they were around to be able to disagree with you, because I'm pretty sure that being investigated for allegedly breaking the law is definitely not as bad as getting a bullet in your skull. Lincoln, Kennedy, I'm pretty sure those guys got treated worse than Donald Trump, right? But at the end of the day, with Donald Trump's supporters, it doesn't matter. He can go out there and cry like a baby about how badly I'm being treated and I'm so friggin' lonely. Wah, wah. And his supporters look at him like, damn, that's a manly man. Look at those tears. Those are manly tears of sadness. How can you look at this whiny, pathetic man-child and think that he is the epitome of manliness? That's what really blows my mind about this. Obviously, his other points, nobody's been treated as badly as me. Yeah, like pretty much everybody that's not a straight white man has been treated worse than you, Donald Trump, throughout all of human history. And then, of course, the 4 presidents we've had that have been assassinated, they're all going to disagree with you too. So, in terms of all of humanity, most people have been treated worse than you. In terms of presidents, most of them have also been treated worse than you. I mean, at least nobody's questioning where you were born, like you did with Obama. Remember that? Oh, yeah, how quickly we forget, right? But go ahead, Donald. Keep on crying, because it totally makes you look like a big, strong man.